Amigos de LatinCripto, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Dependiendo de en qué parte del mundo te encuentres y cuándo abras este video. Estamos muy contentos en esta oportunidad ya que logramos una entrevista. Muchos no la veían posible, sin embargo la concretamos y hablo nada más y nada menos de John McAfee. John McAfee, como muchos de ustedes saben, es el creador de varios de los antivirus más famosos del mundo y más utilizados. Creo que 9 de cada 10 personas en algún momento, alguna vez en su computadora vio el logo de McAfee cuando la estaba iniciando, la estaba abriendo. Entonces, este señor McAfee viene siendo, además de ser el experto que es en todo esto, el mundo del hackeo y antivirus, pues es uno de los mineros más importantes y más grandes del planeta. Tiene además muchísimas criptomonedas, es un holder bastante conocido en muchas criptomonedas, de Bitcoin principalmente, y es uno de los que predijo lo que sería el precio de Bitcoin este año. Entonces, sin más preámbulos, yo les voy a dejar una parte de la entrevista, un fragmento bastante importante de la entrevista, donde conversamos acerca de varios temas que tienen que ver con el precio actual del Bitcoin y el futuro de las criptomonedas en general. Por favor, tengan en cuenta que esta entrevista se realizó vía telefónica y fue hecha en inglés. Por lo tanto, a continuación van a conseguir la entrevista con el audio original en inglés, la transcripción del audio en inglés también y sus respectivos subtítulos en castellano o en español. Luego de la entrevista haré algunas conclusiones y dejaré algunos datos interesantes, recordando que esta entrevista fue hecha el 23 de diciembre. Entonces, bueno, sin más preámbulos, le dejamos la entrevista. Esperemos que les guste.
And I waited for your call. I'm ready now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, John. So again, just wanted to remind you that you're talking to Recomendaciones from LatinCripto, and of course, we are going to be recording this call to show it to all of our audience, your thoughts about Bitcoin and a few other things about cryptocurrency. Okay?
Of course. Yes.
So one of the most interesting things that I've noticed the last couple of days, and it's very, very, very easy for everybody to notice, is that you have mentioned 2 coins over the last, 48 hours, and both of these coins went up a lot right at the moment when you tweeted about them. And not only that, but also I've looked into them, and they both seem like very good projects. I guess what everybody's asking right now is, number one, what is it exactly that you see in a coin that tells you it's a good project? You know, because sometimes you see things in a white paper, but you don't know for sure if there's a team behind it that can accomplish those things. And then
of course,
projects they just don't come along. They just stop at some point. So what makes you think that, for instance, Electronium is going to be a huge coin? It's going to be a big project for 2018.
Okay, here are the things that I look for. First and foremost, is the coin providing privacy and anonymity for the user? Because in truth, even though governments may say if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear, I do not believe that. We all have something to hide. It's a matter of what do we have to hide from who? Something you have to hide from your wife, from the tax collector, from the police. We all have something to hide. If you've had an affair, if you're married, and you're having an affair with another woman or another man, do you want your wife to know that? I don't know. Maybe not. If so, that's something you have to hide. Have you paid your full taxes? Have you reported all of your income? If not, then you have that to hide from the tax collector. Do you smoke marijuana in a state or a country where marijuana is illegal? If so, you have that to hide from the police. we all have something to hide, my friend. So it is extremely important to me that cryptocurrencies, first and foremost, provide anonymity and privacy. If they do not, I have no interest. The second thing I look at is the coin providing a service or a function that benefits everybody, that benefits society, the culture, the community, the individual? If not, I have no interest. The third thing is, does the coin have the backing of a team capable of implementing? 90% of them do not. In all seriousness, I've read every white paper of every cryptocurrency coin that has ever gone through an ICO. 90% are garbage because they cannot implement. So these are the first things I look for. Beyond that, is there something unique in the coin that provides a new concept, a new method, a new paradigm, thinking outside the box that no one else has thought about, that we can all go, wow, that is a great idea. Cell phones, for example, that's a great idea. It's a terrific idea. It has benefits. It has its drawbacks. But we get to choose whether to buy them. So these are my qualifications. Why do I recommend certain coins? They have to meet those qualifications. I have to have talked to the founder of these coins, and they have to convince me that they are sincere and capable of producing what they promise. Now, that sounds like a lot of work, but it actually is not. I mean, the very first thing I look at is this a privacy coin? If not, I'm not interested and will not promote it. So these are my conditions, and everybody has different demands. You might have, or your listeners might say, well, I don't care about that. All I care about is, will the value increase? Well, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. However, the coins that I choose, if they do, in fact, benefit the world, they provide the privacy, they are unique, and they give us something of value, then they have to increase in value better than anything else.
Great, yeah. Okay, so based on that, I've seen some people attacking you on Twitter because they feel that you are pretty much trying to pump a coin because you have invested on it. However, we also saw yesterday, like about Electronium, you didn't even know which exchange it was, pretty much showing people that you're not really invested. You don't have to be invested in a coin in order for you to tweet about it. Is that right? You're not going to be buying every single coin directly?
Yes. Now, absolutely. Now, I'm not saying that I do not tweet about coins that I am invested in. But when I do, I tell everybody. If I say, this is a great coin and nothing else, I promise you, I don't own any of it. I am not affiliated with it. And I'm not interested in whether or not you buy it. What I'm interested in is educating the public about what is available. So, no, I had no clue where you could buy Electronium. I had no interest in that. However, I did do a tweet today about the KWH coin. Why? I have been involved with that coin since the very beginning. It is one of the most beautiful concepts. It is alternative electricity, whether it's hydroelectricity, whether it's wind generated, whether it's solar, it's alternative. And the problem with these systems are, half the time you're generating too much electricity and you can't use it, and the other half you're not generating enough. So I thought, would it not be great if everybody in the country or the world could exchange tokens saying, listen, okay, it's summertime, I've got a lot of excessive solar power, I've got these tokens, we'd like to buy them, and then you can use those tokens to get electricity from a neighbor who is next to you. If you think about that concept, it's brilliant. Not saying because it's my concept, but think of what that would do to our electricity usage. It would be profoundly beneficial. So the first thing I did, if you look at that tweet today, I said, I shamelessly am saying this is something that I was involved in. So I let you know. So you can take it with a grain of salt because I'm involved. But if I don't tell you, I'm not involved. So I'm sorry. This is what the world is. Everybody thinks that you are just like everybody else, or that I am. If I'm promoting a coin, I must be benefiting. Absolutely untrue. Listen, and I am 72 years old. What am I going to do with more money? Seriously. I mean, my knees are bad. What am I going to buy? I don't need money. What I need is to create a better world for my children and your children and everybody's children. Now, you may believe that or not. It is insignificant to me. It is, however, the truth of me.
That's good, and we really appreciate that, John. That's actually one of the reasons we are interviewing you, because, for instance, in Latin America, you have a lot of people following your tweets and what you're saying. As a matter of fact, Electronium became, I believe, a trending topic in Twitter in many countries in South America, and we don't know if that's related to your tweet yesterday, but it's becoming a boom, so that's very interesting. But besides that, I've realized that many people have come to the conclusion that buying Bitcoins or buying cryptocurrency in general, it's a big red tape. It's a complicated process, especially for those outside the United States. That's perhaps why you don't see 30, 40, 50% of the world holding or buying cryptos. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think only about 1-2% of the world are really invested into cryptocurrency, and why? And what do you think needs to be done in order for that to change and actually for the cryptocurrency to gain massive adoption?
Okay, you have pinpointed the main problem with cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies were developed by highly intelligent, technical people who speak a technical language, the language of programming, the language of hashing, the language of blockchain, the language of electronic transmissions. Well, I'm sorry, but 99% of the world does not speak that language. And we have not offered the world the option to interface with cryptocurrencies in a simple manner that they can understand. Now, please, for example, if you want to exchange Bitcoin for Ethereum or Monero or LiteCoin or whatever, it is not an easy process. You have to find an exchange, submit all kinds of documentation, maybe your passport or a driver's license, wait for a few days, get verified. They give you an address, which is a number that's 100 or more characters long, which is strange and meaningless, and then they expect you to understand it? No, that does not work, which is why I am so I'm backing companies like Sether, Sether, and you can go to Sether, Sether.io, and read what they're doing. What they're doing is so simple. It's a social, it's like social media. We all know that social media is abused and misused. If I go onto Twitter and I say something about buying a new pair of shoes, and I go onto Facebook, someone's trying to buy me shoes, sell me shoes. It's tragic. But Sether is a token which unites the user community in a way that benefits the community, not the people trying to sell you shoes or clothes or new cars or what have you, but the community itself. So people go, why are you promoting this? Because it is good for the world. It is good for you. It is good for everybody. And in addition, I promise it's going to make you more money than anything else you can invest in. But yet people go, well, who cares? It's social media. It's not going to go anywhere. All right, believe what you want. But no one bothers to read the white papers or even to go to the website to see what is there. Instead, what do? They go onto my site or some other site and say, is Tether good or bad? Oh, no. Everybody says it's bad. So you don't invest, you don't investigate, and you do not understand. So the problem with cryptocurrencies is you can't take someone else's opinion. You must read the white paper. I mean, if you're truly interested in investing or truly interested in using the coin, you have to do work yourself. Well, this is alien to the modern world. Who wants to do work anymore? Please God, no. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. So the cryptocurrency world requires, number one, you have to pay attention. Number two, you have to learn. And number three, you have to do some work. If you're not willing to go to Tether.io or whatever, if you're not willing to read a white paper, if you're not willing to understand this new arena, then please do something else other than invest in cryptocurrencies. So this is it. We are lazy as a society. We are lazy as a culture. And as a result, this new world, which is going to change everything, it will redistribute the wealth. It will create facilities undreamed of 10 years ago. Requires you think, learn, and work. Well, who is prepared to do that?
I understand. So pretty much what you're seeing here, the future of the cryptocurrency and the growth cryptocurrency adoption is going to have depends pretty much on user-friendly coins that will allow people to access them more easily than current ones. Is that pretty much your perspective?
Yes. Yeah. First and foremost, we need to develop interfaces or provide to the uninitiated ways that they can easily comprehend this new universe that's coming into being. And it's hard to comprehend if you're used to working for a company, getting your paycheck, going to the bank, depositing the paycheck, getting 5 or 6% interest per year, and this is your universe, and suddenly a new system comes into being where banks are no longer necessary. Why do you think, for example, banks hate Bitcoin and Monero and LiteCoin and Ethereum so much? Because they see in these currencies the end of banking as they know it. Because what is a Bitcoin wallet? It's a bank. It is a facility that allows you to do wire transfers to anyone in the world without having to walk into your bank, fill out the paperwork, sign the forms, get your account number, and wait 24 or 48 hours. No. You open up your wallet and you send the person the money. And if you think Bitcoin charges too much, then use Ethereum. And if you think they charge too much, then use Monero. You have a plethora of options. But basically, whatever wallet you use is the equivalent in every respect of a bank. Please God, see this. This is why we have so much animosity. The second level of animosity comes from governments. Because if you use a secure coin like Monero, as an example, or Tether, as an example, then how on earth is a government going to collect taxes? Now, some people may say, well, it doesn't matter. People are honest. If you made $100,000, whether or not the government knows, you're going to report that. Well, I'm sorry. I don't see the world that way. I see the world in a totally different way, that people have their own self-interest at heart. And if someone is making money using Bitcoin as their sole source of revenue, and they know that the government knows nothing about it, I suspect that they're going to cheat. Or maybe say, I only got half of the money. Or maybe I didn't make any money at all because no one will be able to check. Now, call me cynical. Go ahead. Call me whatever you want. But I truly believe this is what people are. And governments know that in 5 years, they will not be able to collect income taxes because they will not know anybody's income. That doesn't mean governments will disappear. It means they will have to change. Maybe they charge you a fee for every mile that you drive on a federal highway. Maybe they will charge you a much greater fee if you enter a national park so that you can see polar bears or moose or whatever. Maybe they will find other ways. I know for a fact that before income tax was invented, governments all around the world survived, and they will survive this, but not without a fight. If you are an investor or an owner or a user of cryptocurrencies, you had better be prepared to fight. I don't mean physically, but I mean governments will resist, the banks will resist, anyone who has an operating structure based on fiat currency is not going to go down peacefully. Why? Because these people are the people who currently own the world's money, and they will lose it. And it will be redistributed to those of us who understand and use cryptocurrencies.
That makes sense. So, how do you think when we get there, when we get to that point that we're going to have a lot more people using cryptocurrency, how do you think that's going to impact economies like Venezuelan economies, South American economies in general, African economies? Is it really going to make a change economy-wise? I mean, what do you see there in the near future with cryptocurrency adoption?
Well, the first thing is we will see a change in buying habits. Right now, on the dark web, everybody accepts Monero and nothing else. It used to be Bitcoin, but Bitcoin can be unwound. If a federal government wants to know badly enough, they can get some stupid computers and find out who you are. Not with Monero. So, if you're on the dark web and you want to buy, I don't know, a monkey from Thailand, which is illegal in America, but you can do it on the dark web, you pay in Monero. You can't pay in any other currency. You can't pay in dollars or Japanese yen or British pounds. Nothing. It must be Monero. So now, the first thing that's going to happen is the people who do buy things from the dark web, whether it's illegal monkeys and tigers or whether it's drugs or some other substance which is marginal, Monero is going to become a common means of commerce. And what happens on the dark web inevitably leaks out into the world of light and normality. So soon, everybody's using Monero to buy shoes or a new pair of blue jeans or even a car. So what will happen is those companies that accept exclusively a cryptocurrency will be the companies that will prosper. Think about this. Think about this for a moment. If you want to keep your transactions secret, private, and anonymous, and you only accept one currency, you have an advantage over everybody else. Let's say I'm selling, Mercedes-Benz automobiles, and I only accept the Monero. And people who want to buy these things don't want to know where their money is going or where it comes from. I will have the advantage. So what will happen is those companies that are adept and knowledgeable in cryptocurrencies will prosper, and those who are not will decline. Think about how this will change our buying habits. Because why do we buy certain things? We buy them because our neighbor buys them. We're trying to keep up with our neighbors. Well, because television tells us if you buy a Rolls Royce, women will want to sleep with you or whatever. No, seriously. However, if you're in cryptocurrency, and this is the world that you're in, what's important is, hey, we're doing this and nobody knows. The government does not know. My next door neighbor does not know. That aspect of anonymity and privacy, which I believe is fundamental to the human spirit, is going to change everything.
Got you. Great, John. So a general recommendation for those out there that are still not invested into cryptocurrency and they think it's just too late, they're too expensive, what do you tell them? What's your recommendation, not as a financial advisor, but as a person, for you being a crypto holder and for them being scared about investing here? What would you tell them, and what's your recommendation to that?
Here's what I would say, is try to understand how these coins come into existence. Okay, like Monero or something. They didn't just fall from the sky like rain. No, they had an initial coin offering, meaning some people got together and said, you know what? Wouldn't it be nice if we had a coin that was completely private, completely secure, and completely anonymous? Do you think that would be beneficial? Well, hell yes. And Monero flourished. But it began with an ICO, initial coin offering. So if you want to get in at the ground floor, meaning you will get it cheaper, in other words, no one will get in cheaper than you, because you're buying it at the offering price. It can only go up. Then start looking at ICOs, initial coin offerings. Now, if you're doing that, you need to be very, very careful, because there are so many scams, so many people that are trying to fool you, that it's a dangerous thing. So you need to do some research. Go on sites. My favorite ICO is Feather. It is, because it is going to help facilitate changing the power of social media from those who want to sell us shoes and blue jeans and useless things which we think we want, giving the power back to us. So if you do, for example, go to sether.io and just read what they have to say. If you read it, you'll go, wow, what an incredible idea. Now, I have spoken to the founders. Are they able to do it? I believe they can. I can't guarantee it. There are no guarantees, but yes, they are people who truly are trying to help the world. So that is the way. I mean, you can't buy anything any cheaper than the initial price that it starts with. But if you just go in and you're listening to because there are almost 2,000 cryptocurrencies, and people go, oh, I love this one, or I love that one, or this is great. You don't know why they're saying it. Maybe they're saying it because they bought 100,000 coins and can't sell them, right? I don't know. But use your heads. Do the research and read the white papers. Again, if you're not willing to use your head, do the work, and attempt to understand, then stay out of this arena.
Okay. So pretty much every coin or ICO that you've tweeted about, that you will be tweeting about, you not only you see the white paper, you actually get in contact with the creators, the founders of the coin.
I will not. Yes, I will not support anything unless I have spoken to the creators, the developers, and I believe in my heart that they are truly trying to help rather than trying to take their money so that they can buy a yacht and sail off to the Bahamas. Okay? So, yes, of course.
That's great. Do you see, as well as you see in Bitcoin, do you see any sort of price prediction for these coins? Tether, Electronium, Boris, do you have some price predictions to yourself or that you would like to share, or or like at least for those coins out there, like Electroneum and Burst, do you see some sort of a price prediction for 2018?
Okay, here's the problem with price predictions. Price is fully dependent upon how many coins are outstanding, the market cap, and a number of factors. So rather than price, I prefer to talk about potential. Okay. If the price of the coin is a half of 1 cent, in other words, half of 1 penny of the U.S. dollar, I'm more concerned with, will it go up to 10 cents? This is a 20 times fold, rather than a coin that comes out for $5 and goes up to $10. Okay. Because really, if you're investing, is it not the rate of return that matters? Which is another one of the reasons I like Tether so much. The potential for growth is tremendous. Now, you can buy a Bitcoin, which is now, I think, at $1,300. And by the way, do not worry. This is not a crash. This is not a bubble. This is people having to pay for presents to give to their family, their friends, their neighbors, their bosses, their coworkers, to buy things that no one really wants, no one's ever going to use, and yet they thank you for them. It is the most expensive time of year here in America. 20% of people's salaries go into Christmas. So, of course, they're selling their Bitcoins, they're selling their Ethereum. Why? It's the easiest way to pay for the present for your wife, your kids, your neighbors, your boss. Of course, it's going to go down. I promise you, after Christmas, you're going to see the biggest boom the world has ever seen, because they've got their presents. We're all satisfied. None of us are using them because none of us needed all the trash that people give us. And now we're back to business. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to go to the roof.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're all hoping for that for sure. And I have confidence. I'm confident that most people that have been holding Bitcoin for a while, they know when it takes a few steps back, it takes 100 steps forward. So that shouldn't be an issue. So regarding the potential of these new coins you've been tweeting about, the potential of a coin, which pretty much when you're saying the cheaper the coin, the value is at the ICO level, the more chance it has to grow, the more potential to go X10, X50, X100.
Yes. Right, and I know that goes against the normal mathematics of how the stock market should work. But you need to understand something. People are human beings. We run on a very strange set of principles. For example, I don't know what it's like in South America, but in America, if you have a product that sells for $9.99, you go, well, that's okay. That sounds reasonable, because it's a one-digit dollar number. But if it sells for $10, you go, oh, that's a lot of money. No, you know this is true. This is psychology. So if you have a coin that comes out for a penny and one that comes out for $10, you go, okay, now to double the $10 coin, it's got to go $20. But to double the 1 penny coin, all it's got to do is go to 2 pennies. I am sorry to deviate from what normal market economics tells us, but I know people. I am sorry. They will buy the 1 penny coin thinking going to 2 pennies is easy. And I've doubled my money. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. Call me crazy, but this is how I see the world.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, John. Okay, so to finalize our conversation, in general, do you see some time for next year, 2018, that all the bigger coins in the coin market cap are going to be, I mean, is it possible that all the coins are going to be going up because there's so many people going in to the cryptocurrency world, or you feel that only just a few of them will actually continue to double, triple, or X4, X5, X10 its price? I mean, do you see it possible that eventually you're going to have 50 coins, 100 coins doing huge progress and growing a lot, like it's happening with just a few coins right now, or that might not be the case?
Well, certainly there will always be a fairly large number of crypto coins that are going to increase in value dramatically. Well, let's just say Bitcoin, please. There's only 21 million coins, but there's 5 billion people in the world. And Bitcoin is a very popular coin. It cannot possibly crash. Now, people go, well, it was at 1,800, now it's at 1,300. Who cares? It's been a couple of days. Wait till this time next month, and then tell me about it. Because I promise you, it will be back up to the 18s, 19s, or 20,000. I have been watching this for years. But some other coins are going to crash because they have no inherent value. This is just the truth of life. But this much is true. If you randomly pick any cryptocurrency, just throw a dart and whatever it lands on, you have a far greater chance of doubling your money in 6 months than buying any of the most favored stocks in the world. Why? Because cryptocurrencies are accelerated in time. Please understand this. Why do you think Bitcoin is going up so rapidly? It is electronic. Its transmission, its use, the transactions happen in seconds, not days or months. If you go to the bank and you do a wire transfer, try to do a wire transfer from one country to another in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
But go into Monero or Ethereum, it's going to happen in 20 seconds. Do you understand what that means to the value of that currency and the potential for growth? We have taken what normally happens in the stock market and compressed it in time because we are now dealing in computer cycles, in transmission speeds, in a time element that no one has dreamed of before, creating a paradigm which is unintelligible to those people used to normal market transactions. So people go, oh my God, Bitcoin's it's a bubble because it's gone up by a factor of 1,000 or a factor of 10 in 6 months. Well, of course it has. It's electronic. We are in a time-compressed universe, a paradigm that has no equal in our past history. So once you understand that, then you go, oh yeah, of course it's going to double, triple, or quadruple. Like 7. It's an ICO. If that thing does not go up by a factor of 50 in the first year, I'll eat my shoe. Why? Because it's a great coin, a terrific paradigm, a terrific concept in a world of time compression. Please, people, understand this. We are no longer in the old world. It's like when the automobile was created, people going, oh yeah, get a buggy. What happened to buggy with manufacturers? They disappeared. They were no longer relevant in the new universe of automobiles. Just like banks will be no longer relevant in the universe of cryptocurrencies. So in order to understand the truth of this dynamic, you must unlearn everything you have ever known, because none of those concepts, principles, mathematical formulas, and ideas will work in this new universe.
I understand. So pretty much, it doesn't really matter the total supply of a coin when it comes to potential. A coin can still do X10, X100, X1000, no matter what the supply is.
Right, absolutely. It depends on what the starting point is. You still have to have a reasonable market capitalization, but if you start with a market capitalization of a couple of $1 million because your coin is worth a penny, then believe me, it is certainly feasible to see that penny go to $1, depending upon the number of coins produced. But I'm still saying the human psychology is always to, listen, if I buy something for $10, what's it going to take to double it? Well, that's another $10. If I buy something for a penny, what's it going to take to double it? 1 penny. It's human nature.
Great. So, do you have any price prediction on Tether and Electronium by the end of 2018?
I do not. I do not, because I have that data. The other reason I can predict Bitcoin is because there's a huge history and a massive amount of data, and I am one of the largest Bitcoin miners in the world. So I get to see what's happening. Because I get to see what's happening, I understand the dynamics better than most people. Unfortunately, with Tether, with Ethereum, with Monero, I don't have the data. I cannot do the prediction. I can certainly promise you that if you are going to invest in an initial coin offering, an ICO, the absolute best is Tether, SETHER.io. Why? You read it yourself. I'm not saying buy it. Go there, look at it, and you will understand why coins like this are the future of technology, of currency, and our culture.
Excellent, John. Sounds great. Hey, John, I really want to appreciate all your time here on behalf of LatinCripto and myself, Jose Colmenares. We are going to be posting this interview just to make some points a little bit more clear to our followers. We have a lot of people, new investors coming through, and we want to support them as much as possible. We want to make sure they know that it's always a risk to invest blindly, but if they do their due diligence and they do their homework, they should be okay. Just don't invest being blind into something, because that's when people start losing money, for sure. Bueno, amigos, esta fue la entrevista. Resaltamos puntos rapidito, interesantes, ¿no? El precio del Bitcoin a mediano y largo plazo. McAfee insiste en un precio de $1 millón para el 2020. Las monedas que van a tener protagonismo en el 2018 son aquellas monedas que ofrezcan privacidad y que no tengan transacciones rastreables por todo esto de una potencial evasión de impuestos. Y otro de los puntos que se tocaron, que me parece a mí que va a dar mucho de qué hablar en todo el 2018, es cómo los bancos, tal cual los conocemos tradicionales, pues cómo van a afrontar ellos esta migración que se está empezando a percibir de transacciones con dinero fiat, moneda tradicional, a lo que son criptomonedas. Y cómo los gobiernos van a lidiar con esto, ya que evidentemente cuando muchísimas personas estén haciendo pagos con Bitcoin y otras criptomonedas y existan negocios y comercios que acepten esta modalidad de pago, pues cómo ellos van a poder mantenerle rastro a esto para poder cobrar impuestos. O sea, son muchas cosas que vienen de la mano de la criptomoneda que son bastante interesantes. Estoy seguro que se van a abrir muchísimos debates en lo sucesivo y lo importante es mantenerse al pendiente. La recomendación general es estar viendo siempre noticias y estar en las redes sociales el mayor tiempo posible para poder determinar qué monedas tienen anuncios importantes. Lo que dice McAfee sobre las monedas de privacidad es que tendrán un protagonismo único, porque ya monedas como, digamos, el Bitcoin se puede rastrear quién envió, quién recibió, pero monedas como, por ejemplo, Monero, él habló mucho de Monero, pues son monedas, es una moneda que ofrece transacciones completamente privadas, así como la moneda que está dando mucho de qué hablar ahora mismo, Electronium. Entonces, mantengan el ojo puesto a estas dos monedas. Yo personalmente creo que son monedas que van a crecer bastante desde principios incluso del año 2018. Y bueno, para que tengan más información y puedan quizás conversar entre todos ustedes de la comunidad de LatinCripto, pues los invito a que se unan al canal, al grupo de Telegram de LatinCripto, así como seguir nuestra cuenta de Instagram y visitar la página web, que al momento de esta grabación pues está a punto de ser lanzada, latincrypto.com. Cualquier comentario, por favor, déjenlo aquí abajo, bueno, malo, neutral, simplemente nos encantaría saber cuál es su opinión sobre esta entrevista, ya que vamos a estar teniendo información de calidad y entrevistas con personas bastante relevantes en cuanto al mundo de las criptomonedas en general, en lo sucesivo de lo que queda de año y lo que vendrá del año que viene. Entonces, bueno, muchísimas gracias por su tiempo y atención y nos vemos pronto.